Why does it feel like everyone is doing the same thing these days? Because most people are following the same script without realizing. What script? Wake up, check your phone, go to work, come home, watch videos, sleep, repeat. That sounds like almost everyone, exactly. So what's wrong with that? Nothing, if you're happy living an average life. Average isn't bad though, is it? It depends. If you want extraordinary results, average habits won't get you there. So you're saying I need to become different? Not different for attention, different for results. What's the difference? One person is weird because they want people to notice them. The other is weird because they refuse to let other people's opinions control their life. Which one succeeds more often? The second one. Why? Because they're focused on building something instead of fitting in. Have you noticed something strange? What? Every successful person looked weird before they looked successful. Think about it. The guy waking up at 4 in the morning. The girl reading books while everyone else was partying. The teenager learning programming instead of scrolling social media. The athlete training when everyone else was sleeping. At first, everyone laughed. Later, everyone asked for advice. Would you have laughed at them in the beginning? Be honest. Most people would. Why do people hate anything that's different? Because different makes people uncomfortable. Comfortable people protect normal. Ambitious people challenge it. Is that why people say things like, you're doing too much? Exactly. It's usually another way of saying, you're making me question what I'm doing. That's actually deep. Here's something even stranger. What's that? People will call you obsessed until your results become obvious. Then they'll call you lucky. I've seen that happen. We all have. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. If 10 people around you all think the same way, what are the chances one of them creates something extraordinary? Pretty low, right? Innovation almost always starts with someone who looks weird. So being normal is actually risky. Think about it. If everyone is competing for the same opportunities using the same methods, what happens? The competition becomes harder. Exactly. Standing out isn't optional anymore. It's survival. Would you rather blend in or be remembered? That's a difficult question. It shouldn't be. The people history remembers rarely blended in. Here's something most people never think about. I'm listening. Normal people wait until they're confident before they start. Weird people start before they're confident. Which group improves faster? The people who actually start. Exactly. Confidence usually comes after action, not before it. So waiting to feel ready is a trap, one of the biggest traps there is. Have you ever noticed how children learn? They just keep trying. They fall, they laugh, they get back up. They don't spend 3 weeks wondering if they'll look stupid. Then what changes? People, society, fear. Little by little, we stop asking, what if it works? And we start asking, what if people laugh? That's sad. It's expensive too. Expensive. Fear of judgment has probably cost more dreams than lack of talent ever has. Would you rather fail trying or succeed pretending to be someone else? That's an easy answer. Then why do so many people choose the second option? Because fitting in feels safe. Until you realize you've spent years building a life you never wanted. Can I tell you something weird? Go ahead. Some of the happiest people I've met don't care about looking successful. What do they care about? Freedom, time, purpose, peace. Those things don't always impress other people, but they make life worth living. So success isn't really about status, not if you're honest with yourself. Here's a challenge. Okay, imagine nobody could judge you for 1 year. No criticism, no embarrassment, no opinions. What would you start doing tomorrow? That's a good question. Now ask yourself why you're not already doing it. Wow. Most limits aren't real, they're social. That's uncomfortable. Growth usually is. Can I ask something personal? Sure. Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something because you thought people would think it was weird? Yes. Almost everyone has. Now imagine how many opportunities disappeared because of that one thought. Probably more than I want to admit. Here's another strange truth. What's that? The people judging you are usually too busy worrying about who's judging them. So everyone's trapped? Many people are. That's why very few become exceptional. What does being weird actually look like? Reading while everyone is scrolling. Saving money while everyone is spending it. Going to bed early while everyone stays awake. Starting a business while everyone waits for permission. Learning new skills after work instead of watching another episode you'll forget tomorrow. Those things don't sound weird. Today, they do. Tomorrow, they'll look smart. What's the biggest mistake people make? They confuse popularity with progress. Can you explain? Something isn't valuable because everyone is doing it. Sometimes it's valuable because almost nobody is willing to do it. That changes everything. It should. Because if your goal is an uncommon life, your habits can't be common. Let me ask you one final question. Go ahead. 5 years from now, do you want people to say you changed? Or you're still exactly the same? Definitely the first one. Then stop trying to be normal. Normal is crowded. Normal is comfortable. Normal rarely changes the world. Be weird enough to learn when others are distracted. Be weird enough to protect your time. Be weird enough to believe in yourself before anyone else does. Be weird enough to keep going when nobody is clapping. One day, the same people who called you weird may ask you how you did it. Before you leave, I've got one question. What's one thing you do that other people think is weird, but has actually improved your life? I genuinely want to know. Drop it in the comments. Someone else might read it and change their life because of your answer.